Let him roll, boys, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. Now he was a wino, tried and true, and just about anything a man could do. He worked on freighters, he worked on cars, he worked on farms, and he worked in bars. It was the white port wine that gave him that look in the eye, the kind a grown man gets when he wants to cry. And when we'd sit down on the curb to rest, his head would just fall down into his chest. He'd say every day just gets a little bit harder and harder, and yet then he'd lose the thread and his mind would clutter and the words just rolled off down the gutter. He was an elevator man in a cheap hotel in exchange for the rent on a one-room cell. He was years old before his time, but thanks to the world and the white port wine. He said, son, he always called me son, he said, life for you has just begun. And then he'd tell me a story that I'd heard before of how he fell in love with a Dallas whore. Well, he could cut through time to the very night when it all ended in a whorehouse fight, when she turned his last proposal down in favor of being a girl about town. Well, it's been 17 years right down the line, and he ain't been straight none of the time. Too many days of fighting the weather, too many nights of not being together. So he died. Let him roll, boys, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. Well, when they went through his personal effects in amongst the stubs from the welfare checks, they found a crumbling picture of a girl in the door, an address in Dallas, nothing more. Well, the welfare, they organized a priest and a couple from the mission down the street, sang Amazing Grace, but nobody cried, except the woman in black, way off to the side. Well, we all left, and she was standing there, her black veil covering her silver hair. And old one-eyed John said her name was Alice. She used to be a whore in Dallas. Let him roll, boys, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. Let him roll, boys, let him roll. He always thought that heaven was just a Dallas hole.